Welcome to Minneapolis SEO Explained. In this video, we're going to talk about what SEO, or search engine optimization, is, and if it's really necessary in your business. So what is SEO? There's a lot of different moving parts, but it comes down to three basic elements, and that is site structure, or on-page SEO, and these are items that are on your website, citations, also known as off-page SEO, and these are items on other websites, and legitimacy. And these are signals to Google and the other major search engines that your website is a legitimate website and that they should give you rankings because of this. To expand on those three basic elements, we've got some subcategories. So let's start out with site structure. The first topic in that is silo. And this is the way that your website is sorted out. And it makes it easier for users to find what they're looking for within each topic, as well as the search engines to find what they're looking for and see that you've spent some time sorting out the different elements to make it easy to navigate. Next is clean code. This is by avoiding elements like Flash and Java, especially used excessively on your website, and just having clean code, so not having a bunch of extra lines of code that aren't necessary. The third element is responsive design. And this is the way that your website is built, so that the experience that the visitor has on your site is going to change depending on the size of their screen. Think about it, the experience that somebody has viewing your website on a mobile phone versus a 27-inch monitor should be different, and it should be optimized so they have a great experience no matter how they're viewing your site. Next up, we have citations, and these are also known as backlinks, and these are just simply links from other websites back to your website. And what really comes into play here is the quality of the links, meaning are they coming from a quality website or a very low quality, almost spammy looking website. Next up is quantity, and you want to have a number of backlinks coming from a number of different sites. Now, this is to a certain extent because if you have 10,000 backlinks to your website, this doesn't look very natural and this can end up hurting you in the long run. So you've got to find a balance somewhere in the middle. The third part of the citations category is the theme of the links that are coming into your website. For example, if you have a website about dog food, but all of your links are coming from a website about office supplies, that wouldn't really make sense. It wouldn't make sense to a human, and it doesn't make sense to the search engines. So you want to make sure that those links are coming from websites in your niche. The third piece to the SEO puzzle is legitimacy. This is a way that the search engines can tell that you're a legitimate website and not just a fly-by-night operation. The first thing that they look at is domain authority. And the way you build this on your website is by having a domain that's been around for quite a while, by having a decent amount of content that you're updating regularly, by having quality links from other websites, and a number of other factors. This is a way that you build authority on your website so that when Google is looking for the authority in your niche, they choose you. The next part is content, and this is a number of different pieces to content. The first piece is going to be that you have a good amount of content on your website. It is our recommendation that you have a minimum of 5 pages on your website, but typically the more the better. But again, this is within reason. You don't want to have 10,000 pages on your site if you're just a small local business, because this isn't realistic. The next part is having quality content. And this is very important for your users because you want to give them good information so when they land on your website, they see you as an authority, but also to the search engines. If you only have one sentence on a page, then you're sending a signal to the search engines that you don't care very much about your site, and they're not going to care about it either. Another piece to this is having unique content. So you don't want to have multiple pages with exactly the same content on it, and you don't want to be copying content from other websites and putting it on your site. These are all flags that your site is not legitimate, so it's very important that you have unique content that's high quality and having a decent amount of it. Next up is social signals, and these are simply signals to the search engines that you are active in social media. So having a Facebook profile, having a Twitter, and having a LinkedIn can all help establish legitimacy for your business, not only to search engines, but also to users. It helps to show that you're not just a fly-by-night operation that just quickly set up a website and you're going to be here today and gone tomorrow. It shows that you're really interested in holding your business for long term. Now with these three items, they don't directly impact your rankings. However, not having domain authority, unique content, or social media can actually hold your rankings back. So they won't necessarily increase your rankings, but they could artificially decrease your rankings. So they're important to take into account, and they, again, help establish you as a legitimate website, not only to search engines, but also to visitors. Next up, we're going to talk about the results page. And when somebody goes to Google and types in a term, this is what a results page looks like. And it may look a little bit different depending on what your niche is or depending on what you're searching for, but this will help give you a general idea. So first is what's called the paid listings. And as you can see, these show up at the very top when somebody Googles a term, as well as on the right-hand side. Companies show up here by signing up for something called Google AdWords, and they pay every time somebody clicks on one of these links. Now, each of these companies is paying a different amount of money, and these costs can range from anywhere from 50 cents per click up to $70 to $80 per click. And they can get very, very pricey. One thing that's really nice about this is, as a small business when you're just getting started, this is a great way to get some traffic flowing to your website right away. And if the cost is low enough and you've got a good enough quality website, you can end up making your money back relatively easy. The difficulty is it requires a decent amount of attention, and it can require a pretty large budget. The downside to this is that when visitors click on this, they may go to your website and decide it's not what they're looking for and then just simply leave. And if this happens a number of times, you end up just losing money on these campaigns. Next is what's called the local listings. And this has changed names a few times over the last few years. It used to be called Google Places, and now it's called Google Local, and some people refer to it as Google Maps. And these are local results, and it's a way that Google changed their algorithm a little bit to allow for local businesses to rank for very large terms. Because most of the time, if somebody goes to Google and types in restaurant, they want a restaurant in their neighborhood. They don't want some national restaurant that's maybe in another state that has thousands and thousands of dollars in their marketing budget. So Google created this, and they look at where your computer is based, or if you're looking from a mobile phone, where your GPS says you are, and then they give you results based on that location. So it's pretty nice for a lot of businesses. And as you can see here on the left, it has listings of a few different businesses, and then on the right, it has a map with red dots showing where those businesses are. This is an entirely different program than SEO. However, it is a great way to get some more traffic and get some more leads. A quick side note, depending on what your niche is, you may or may not see these when you Google your term. And this has to do with what Google perceives a searcher is actually looking for. And right here, you'll see what's called the organic listings, or this is what SEO would get you. Now, a few things to note. In this particular search, it only shows 3 websites. However, in other searches, if it doesn't show local, it might be the whole first page. If there's not a lot of people that are paying for advertising, you may show up all the way at the top. In recent years, a lot of searchers have realized that these top 3 listings that were shown earlier are paid listings, and they don't trust them, and so they automatically will just skip over those. As you can see, it says ads near the top, and it's a slightly different color. So people will actually go down to the organic listing, and they prefer to click on those because they believe them to be a lot more relevant because a company's not paying to be there. In this specific example, below the Google local listings, there's also a number of other websites that are showing up in the organic listings as well. So don't just think you're limited to only 3 spots on the first page. So let's talk a little bit about some stats directly related to Minneapolis. There's a population in the 7-county metro area of about 2.9 million people. And 60 to 90% of people actually start searching for a company to do business with online. Now, this is going to depend on the niche. Some people will call friends and family to ask for a referral, and some people just always go online. So it really depends on the niche. But taking that example, between 1.7 million and 2.6 million people are searching online for a company to do business with. So my question for you is, are they going to find you? When they go online to perform that search, will they find you? And simply, if the answer is no, I want to invite you to go ahead and contact Growth Marketing today. We put together this video to help explain a little bit about SEO and help you to be more informed how the whole process works. And if you'd like to take what you've learned and go and do it yourself, that's great. However, we find a lot of businesses simply don't have the time to do it themselves, so they're looking for a company that they can partner with and to help them grow their business online. That's where Growth Marketing has stepped in to really help grow your business. So give us a call today or contact us at our website, growthmarketingmn.com. We look forward to do business with you, and even if you decide not to, we really hope that you enjoyed this video and it helped you get a better grasp on what SEO is and how you can use it to grow your business. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.